And we'll start this hour with exclusive footage that we've received here at RT. It purports to show the Turkish military operation against Kurds. Heavy weaponry is being used in the fighting inside cities. Despite Ankara's claims that it's targeting only terrorists, civilians are often falling victim to the offensive.
Here's the bus stop. I work as a merchant here. 3 of us were sitting over here, and then suddenly we heard the shell fall. Then we heard an explosion and saw clouds of dust. Everything was demolished in that blow. People here are suffering. The shell came from the Turkish side. It was like ones they shoot out of tanks.
I got out of the taxi and went to the bus stop. Then I heard an explosion. I felt myself and realized that I got injured by shrapnel. And after that, I came to my senses at the hospital.
Well, those were injured locals from the Syrian city of Qamishli. It's been hit by Turkish fire that was directed at the city of Nusaybin. That's where Ankara claims that it's performing its anti-terror operations. Take a look at our map here. You can see just how close these two cities are in relation to each other. We heard from a journalist from the Syrian city who told us how Ankara often violates the sovereignty of the bordering state.
More than 10 shells hit the Syrian city of Qamishli each day, and many residents have been wounded. But despite such aggression from Turkey, the international community does absolutely nothing. The international media keeps silent about this. As journalists, we started an effort to capture the aggressive actions of the Turkish government, as well as to hand the documented proof of such actions to the mass media, since Turkey commits atrocities against civilians in Kurdish towns, like Nusaybin, and obviously doesn't want this information to be leaked.
You know, there are still countries and there's still something called sovereignty. There's something called the United Nations. Turkey has been getting away with murder inside the country, and crossing the border and doing the same in Qamishli is against the law, is against international law. It has gotten away with it because it has had a relationship with the West, primarily through NATO. With the advent of the Arab Spring, the West has felt the need to make use of the airbase in Turkey. If there was no Incirlik airbase inside Turkey, the West would not have felt beholden to Turkey. On top of that, there's the refugee crisis. Europe doesn't want the refugees inside Europe, and Turkey has been hired as a contractor to stop them. And Turkey has asked for a price for that, and the price is silence, to let Turkey do whatever it wants.
Affairs for comment about the alleged Syrian border violations, but as yet have received no response. However, previously the Turkish president had said that borders are not an obstacle for his country when it comes to fighting terrorism.
When it comes to fighting threats, Turkey holds the right to conduct any operation it sees necessary in Syria or any soil that breeds terrorism. No one can restrict our right to self-defense, nor prevent us from exercising it.
Well, RT has launched a petition calling for an investigation of the alleged mass killing of Kurds. Turkey claims that it fights terrorists, but many civilians have become victims of Ankara's offensive in the country's southeast.
Women and children lived here. Erdogan killed all of them with heavy artillery. He destroyed this home. They claim they're fighting terrorists, but where are the terrorists? All of the victims were civilians. 3, 4, maybe 500 people were killed.
It could get to the western Turkish cities too. We're talking about 20 million Kurds inside Turkey. 1 out of 4 people in Turkey is a Kurd. And, you know, when you hurt Kurds, let's say in Nusaybin, and they have relatives, let's say in Izmir, in Istanbul, in Antalya, they're not going to feel at peace, if you will. You're going to disturb them too. And this is the recipe for civil war. You cannot, at the dawn of 21st century, deny a population like Kurds in Turkey